This year we're also celebrating Formula One's 75th anniversary of the World Championship, and Cooper played an enormous role in that.
Yeah, I think Grandad and the Cooper team thought it would be a good idea to put the engine in the back. And yeah, we've got the first car that won a Formula One race with the engine in the back from 1958, the Rob Walker Cooper that Sterling won in Argentina. So yeah, it's great being part of the 75-year celebration and seeing Cooper represented, definitely.
So many stories and memories are connected to these cars, and something actually that Nigel Mansell said yesterday on the balcony, he said, I've got so much to thank motorsport for, and I guess we all do, because that's what's brought us here to the grounds of Goodwood, or even watching as a fan at home. We've got so much to thank motorsport for.
Yes, it's very special, and it's super nice. And I had never seen this one actually, and the Renault I drove a few months ago. But it's super nice to see these cars, and it's super nice to see them in such a good state, you know, and that they can still drive.
Alain, always great moments here, but I guess they're even better when shared with family.
Yeah, sure. No, we share the passion. Nicolas is, I mean, obviously always had the passion of the automobile sport. Still doing quite a lot, you know, enjoying a lot as a hobby now, but it's quite important. Yeah, for me to share this, you know, it's the history of Formula One. You know, we were champion in this one. This one I should have been, you know, in '83. You know, with the rule was a bit strange. So it's nice to have these cars together because it's part of my life. And Nicolas is really the perfect person to share all this history.
main thing I wanted to do was try and attempt some donuts, and I managed to do two. So yeah, really happy with that. And you can only imagine what driving one of these cars is like whenever you watch it growing up, and then to actually feel how the mechanical the car is, the diffs, the gearbox, so cool. And to do it with Holly is very special.
Well, Holly, we could see the smiles on the way up. Obviously a very special run, but a very special weekend for all of you.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend. This is the first time that all of the McRaes have been at Goodwood at the same time. So from the start, it's just been a fantastic couple of days. And to end it, well, it's not just over yet, but to start the last day, being able to sit in back with John is pretty special.
to be in this car as well?
Yes. Something that's really exciting. Like, I've spoken to John about it this morning. I've driven it, well, not driven, I've sat in the passenger seat of this car with Gramps, with Jimmy, with Alistair, and now to be able to do it with John too is really special.
Well, it was great to see. Ollie, Esteban, it's the big moment of the weekend. I keep getting calls in my ear saying, find out who won. So who did?
I think this one's the only one. This set of tires I won, yes. But I think across the weekend we're equal in lots of tire wear.
Yeah.
Four-time world champion Alain Prost.
Very nice to drive these cars, not only driving the car by itself, but having all the people around me, you know, like all my old mechanics, race engineers, and also the memories with all the drivers we had yesterday with the world champion, but not only them. It's really something, you know. It's really, I'm very proud, obviously, to be part of this family in a way, you know, because I used to talk a lot during the weekend with, like for example, John Barnard or Adrian Newey or my old teammates. We really share this passion of motor racing. Sometimes we go a little bit more deep into the technique or technology, whatever. But at the end, even if the cars are very different today, still the passion is there.
Big round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Alain Prost.
Thank you again. Thank you for the support. Enjoy the end of the day. See you soon.
And here come the French colours in tribute to you from the Red House.
Thank you.
Now, this is definitely a contender in the pre-war category. This was second fastest yesterday. Mark Gillies, who is a very experienced racer, and he loves the ERA. This is the A-Type, so this is one of the first of the ERAs, because they had the different models over the few years in the 1930s. Works driver Raymond Mays was competing with it. It actually has a 2-litre supercharged Riley engine. They started with 1.5, but they went for the 2-litre for the hill climb, and it's fastest in the first sector already.
He's doing a good job. You can see by nearly over 3.5 seconds there, the ERA English Racing Automobiles. It was built in the mid-1930s, represents one of Britain's earliest and most successful attempts, I think it's correct in saying, in creating a competitive race car, and this is one of them that's going to be competitive in this batch as well.
Yeah, what was called the Voiturette cars, they were dominant. Chassis designed by Reed Railton with that supercharged Riley engine, and across the line is definitely going to be an improvement for Mark Gillies. Let's have a look and see what it is. 61.29 seconds. The next one is the Nissan HR31 GTSR Skyline, and it's Stephen Richards who is taking this one up the hill, and we shall see how this goes. Stephen is the son of Jim, who raced with this in Australia back in the 1990s and won the Australian Touring Car Championship that year, winning 6 out of the 8 events that he did, and that was remarkable. So it is a rapid machine with good history, and he's going quick.
And it was a pivotal machine, this car, particularly in the Group A touring car area, especially in the Australian Touring Car Championship, the 2-litre straight-six turbo. Going well so far. It was close in the first sector, but the Nissan stretched its legs a little bit more in the second.
Yeah, he beat a bunch of Ford Sierras that year, amazing, because the Sierra was becoming the touring car that was so strong, but he's looking as though he's going to set a new pace here. Let's just see, 55.9 is the time to beat. It's in the 50s, it's going to be very close, 55.73, but he does. Now, this is another one to really keep an eye on. James Wallace, he was very rapid here last year as well. Off the line, the Porsche 911 Cup, not quite as quick as some of the other machines that we have seen, but he is so impressive. He is racing in the Porsche Carrera Cup in the UK at the moment, and he is potentially a future champion in all sorts of levels. We'll see. He's only 19 years old at the moment. He's done well, and yeah, now fastest next sector.
It bounces its way through Malcolm, a huge talent, and a Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, hugely successful car. I thought he was getting a bit out of shape up to the front wall, but he's 7/10 of a second up at the moment. He's going to jump, I'm expecting, I'm not going to jinx it, to the top of the times, which is occupied by the Shadow and Alex Summers at the moment across the line then.
46.74.
Yeah, I mean, obviously each year we come here looking at the competition, and I think there's obviously some stiff competition this year with the Subaru and the Ford Supervan. But I think this is the fastest I've been all weekend. If I'm correct, I think we got into a 46. So yeah, very happy. It's been a great weekend. The fans have been brilliant, so shout out to them. The weather's been gorgeous, and yeah, I've really enjoyed my last run up at the hill, I think, this year, so amazing.
Scott Speed, been up the hill plenty of times over many of the festival speeds, making his final adjustments, as you can see in the cockpit there, waiting for that green light. He's going to get that launch absolutely spot on, I'm sure.
Here we go, right on board with Scott Speed as he heads up the hill. Let's see what he can do. Now, yesterday he did 45.46, which was just a couple of seconds off the fastest we ended up seeing, but he really cuts the corner trying to gain a little bit more. He is a brave racer, there's no doubt. Ex-Formula One, then into becoming an American rallycross champion with Subaru, and he's been a part of Subaru for a long time, and he did that great time last year. Let's see what he can do today.
I think he's having to cut the corners because he knows that he doesn't quite have the power compared to the Ford Super Truck, but it's looking pretty handy as he's going to fold his way. Look how relaxed, look how calm he looks as he charges up flat out to the line, keeping it nice and smooth. He's going to jump to the top of the times at 45.03.
It's a really special event to come because there's only one time that counts. So you kind of save your one like on the chip 100% lap for today, and it's a special place to do that. It's got a lot of unique challenging characteristics to the track with the vision and the tight width. Super cool to go out there and push it to the limit.
And look, we're looking at Romain Dumas, the two-time Le Mans winner of the 24 Hours of Spa at Nürburgring, the 12 Hours of Sebring, and then he's been a winner up at Pikes Peak as well. And this is a machine that was created for the Pikes Peak hill climb, a huge hill climb in comparison to this one. There is every chance that this is going to be the fastest vehicle of the day. This Supervan triple electric, here we go, on board with Romain Dumas.
And you blink and you miss it, and look at the launch is so close. We saw yesterday he didn't touch as much inside grass compared to Scott Speed, and it's the same again today, Ben.
Here we go, let's see how this goes. Keep an eye on him. If you could see it, he flashes past you so quickly wherever you're watching from. Now, can he keep it all clean? Can he get down to an even quicker time than he did yesterday? 43.49 was what he did yesterday, and we shall see, can he get another victory to add to his list? He loves this Goodwood Hill climb. This is the opportunity for him to do it yet again, having won last year at 43.98. Across the line he goes. He is fastest, 43.23, the fastest of the whole weekend, faster than he managed last year in the Ford Supervan.
Hey, well done, man. How are you? Well done. So lovely to see you. Well done. Thank you very much. Great to have you here.
Well, yes. I mean, it was a good run, let's say like that. Little bit, for sure, warmer than yesterday to extract everything in terms of grip. I think, yeah, we're missing a tiny bit. I was wanted to go below 43, so I'm a little bit somehow, would like to do one more run. I think we stay one more day for tomorrow, right?
Romain, it's been a fantastic performance all weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and see you next year.
Wow, just wow.
You can get close to the drivers, you can get close to the cars, you can really feel like you're involved in the action.
It's a fun fair, but with cars.